My guest today is Danielle Citron. Danielle is a colleague here at Boston University at our School of Law, and I'm going to ask her what she thinks the future of cyber rights might look like in a post-COVID world.
In this moment that we've been in, what we've done is transfer crucial life opportunities online in ways that, always our entire experience is mediated by network tools, right? But what COVID has taught us is we've shifted our schools, we've shifted our learning, we've shifted our work online. In arguing for cyber civil rights for as long as I had, so often the response was, Danielle, get over yourself. It's no big deal. It's trivial. And the bottom line is now I think we recognize that while we're working online, while we're getting educated online, while we're seeing theater online, right, where we're doing so much of our work and lives online, we're seeing disruptions to those opportunities, right? Whether it's Zoom bombing, right, trolls invading your classroom, which public lectures, workplaces or work virtual conversations are being invaded by cyber mobs. So what we're seeing is our dependence on these online platforms for our life opportunities brings to the fore how important they've always been and how we should protect all of our experiences and understand them as crucial to our life opportunities and provide the same assurances that we do in physical spaces. We should think of these online, all of the ways in which we're connecting online as having those same responsibilities. And I think we're gonna walk out of, God bless, this experience and say, yes, that civil rights are cyber civil rights. It's one and the same.
The space in which we interact has changed so dramatically to online. How does that impact the protection people have or feel against, for example, crimes of hate?
In the studying that I've done of cyber stalking, there's no paucity of bigoted online harassment. But now I think it's now accessible for all to see. So Zoom bombing, for example, is when you're in a Zoom call. It could be a classroom, it could be a meeting, work meeting, it could be just as we're talking today. People use and basically invade access to our space, right, our engagement right now, and flood it with unwanted material. And often that unwanted material is violent, frightening pornography. It's racist invective, right? It's golly, I did a talk a few weeks ago, and the chat was filled with what people were going to do to me, rape me, kill me, etc. We had to turn off the chat. So an opportunity for expression, we had to turn off for everybody, right? Because it made it untenable for anyone to ask questions because it was so disruptive, right? The images that were being projected onto the chat, the death and rape threats, the suggestion that I should be raped, someone doxed me, said like, I'm going to put up her home address. So it can hijack important opportunities and it can make it really difficult, if not impossible, to participate.
Wow. What do you think we will learn from this? How do you think we will react once we are on the other side of COVID? What will we do?
I think this experience, because we are so dependent upon for self-expression, for education, for work, we're online, period. As you said, you've had 400 Zoom calls, right, or something like that. We are sort of stuck to our computers all day long, or any of our devices, right, in which we're networked. And so I think it brings to the fore, we often have like an optimism bias about websites and for networked activities that they got our privacy. We can trust them. And I think we've seen post, Cambridge Analytica, like we can't really trust these entities and that we need far more regulation. So part of it can't just be on us. We've trusted us. And so far, we don't really know how to protect ourselves. The model of data protection in the United States is consumer protection, which is like notice and choice. So we don't really have choice, right? We're notified you don't have much privacy. We tend to overestimate how much privacy we have. We're wrong. We have very little privacy. And I'm hoping that we come to understand that not only do we need comprehensive data protection laws, but also that we come to see all invasions of sexual privacy that I've been working on. We're seeing some really strong interest and worries about video voyeurism, upskirt photos, non-consensual pornography, deep fake sex videos. And I'd like us to recognize how much they impair our life opportunities, how much they undermine dignity and autonomy, and that we have a comprehensive approach to them. So that's my hope on the other side.
What's your biggest fear?
My greatest fear is that instead of this opportunity being about sort of autonomy reinforcing and dignity enhancing, is it becomes an opportunity for unmitigated, unbounded surveillance. And my worry, it's like a power grab, right? Rather than committing to transparency and accountability, real substantive limits on the data collection, instead that opportunity is just seized on by the most powerful, government and private sectors, and they're usually partners, like in an invisible handshake, as Niva Elkin-Karim would say, that instead their power just grows and data gluttony grows by the most powerful, and it's unbounded.